Let's go back to our chat about a busy year for the Royals. Former Royal editor over there at The Sun, Charlie Rae, joins us now. How are you doing, Charlie?
Good morning. I'm very well. Hope you are too, Ian.
Very good. Good to have you with us. I took to watching the documentary, by the way, of the King's coronation after you'd referenced it yesterday. So I watched it last night. I thought it was fascinating. I genuinely thought it was a really interesting piece. It's probably exactly what, if the BBC are going to do something, that's the kind of thing they probably should spend their time doing, making documentaries like that. And it was a good insight. Nothing. I noticed no real reference, by the way, to the Sussexes. No reference, which I hadn't clocked at the time, in the King's Christmas Day speech either.
Yes, it was a Sussex-Free Christmas, actually.
It was. Ian.
It was
deep
quite
joy all round.
Yes, extremely deep joy. It's quite pleasant not to hear anything at all from Harry and Meghan. They had no pronouncements, they had nothing to say, which was great. All we had was the King's speech, which was, as speeches go, it was fine. And I agree with you, the documentary was superb, and we had a real insight into the off-duty royals, if you like, in the run-up to the coronation, and really nice pieces in there. I hope you caught the bit where Princess Anne walked in to see her brother just as they'd come back from being promoted. Hello, old bean. And that's the sort of things that happen in that family. They're a very close family, despite all the problems they've had with the Sussexes and Prince Andrew.
Indeed. And I thought it's interesting. We talked about Prince Andrew yesterday and this kind of curious, almost walk-on part at the church service over Christmas. But I noticed two other royals have hit the headlines today, Edward and Sophie, where Richard Eden has essentially believes King Charles should upgrade their titles because he's now the Duke of Edinburgh, right? But it's not a hereditary thing. This is a title they've been given, so they can't pass this down to their kids.
No, it will revert when Edward and Sophie's time comes. The titles will revert back to the crown, and whoever is the monarch of the day can decide who to give it to. I see Richard is suggesting that the crown should be the title should become hereditary, so it could be passed down to his son James, who could do work for the royal family. Well, it doesn't quite work like that. We don't know whether James is interested in working for the family firm, by which time, depending on when they go, they've got lots of life in them left yet. But by then, we'll have George, Charlotte, and Louis will have grown up a little bit. And, by the time they're 18, they should be starting on the treadmill of royal duties. So there may well be enough members of working royals already. And that the monarch can then decide who to give that title to. It was suggested at one time that the title, the Duchess of Edinburgh, should go down to Charlotte. So that we'll have to wait and see what happens. But hereditary, I don't think Edward and Sophie bother that much whether it's hereditary or not.
Yeah.